Adobe Bridge can help you get organized from the very start by using it to download your photographs off your camera or from a card reader, let's say. Let's take a look at how that works. When you're in Adobe Bridge, you go to the File menu and you choose Get Photos from Camera. Now, the first time you run this command, Bridge asks you, hey, do you want to use this separate utility, it's called Photo Downloader, to automatically launch whenever a camera or a card reader is connected? I'm going to say no here, but you can opt to turn that on and have that now be the default behavior for when you connect a camera to your computer. Let's go ahead and say no for now. What happens is Bridge throws up this dialog box. You're now running Photo Downloader as this separate little utility, and it's going to ask you a bunch of questions. It automatically detected my camera, told me how many files that are currently on the camera and their file size, and also their date ranges of when the photos were taken. You can choose a location. This default location will depend on the operating system you're using. If you're using the Mac, it might say the Pictures folder. On Windows, it might say something similar, the Pictures folder there. You can, of course, choose your own location by clicking the Choose button. I'm going to go ahead and choose that and just save these to my desktop and go ahead and click Choose. You can also determine how you want these files to be organized on your hard drive. Do you want Photo Downloader to create subfolders for you automatically based on the date ranges it sees in the file's metadata? I'm going to go ahead and say no subfolders. I just want them to all be in one particular folder. You also have the option to rename your files on import. This is really cool because sometimes the file names that come off the camera are pretty obscure. They don't really help you. They don't give you any information about the particular photographs themselves. So here's a good example. The current file naming off the Canon is IMG and then a number and then the file extension. So if you want, you actually have quite a few presets here about how you want your file names to come in straight off the camera and onto your hard drive. You can either do a custom name or just put the shot date plus a custom name, or you have a lot of options here. And if you want to get specific, you can actually go to the advanced rename option and actually customize this to your heart's content. Just to keep it simple for this particular video, I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel. And let's just go ahead and give these the shot date. It gives you a little preview of what that file name will look like. And then you can also tell it to have a starting number of wherever you want. So currently its start number is number 1, and then you can see that reflected here. If you want, you can tell it to open Adobe Bridge. Since we started this from Bridge the first time, I already have Bridge open, so I'm going to turn this off. But again, just to clarify, we're using the Photo Downloader utility here, which is separate from Bridge, even though we invoked it from the Bridge menu command there. You also can tell Photo Downloader to delete the files off the card or off the camera. That's kind of a nice option. I'm going to go ahead and keep that turned off for now, but most of the time I would turn that on. All right, if you actually want to see a subset of the photographs and just decide which images specifically you want to bring on, because maybe you don't want to bring all of them, there is an advanced version of this dialog. I'll go ahead and click on that button, and that expands the dialog to also show you thumbnails and where you can check or uncheck the items that you want to bring in. And there's a bunch of other options over on the right here that I'll skip for this particular video. All right, we're ready to suck these photographs in. We're just going to go ahead and bring all of them in at the same time. We'll go ahead and click the Get Photos button, and it very quickly sucks those off the camera and deposits them in the particular folder that you asked it to. And then you can see Bridge has now built the thumbnails for those images at the particular location and gives you the file name that it renamed them to.